Hey, this eyes this, and wow. You know what? I'm going to just bring this out on a few little areas. Titanfall, 6 versus 6 players. You know what? This is a fucking disaster, and it's not a disaster on the whole gameplay and the video gamers getting up there, even though they're helping with the train wreck themselves and saying, "Well, it's not that bad. It ain't that bad." They're just trying to do a whole new type of multimedia, multiplayer kind of thing. Yeah, it's somewhat true. I mean, having up to 12 players. But the real train wreck in this whole mess is the PR system, especially for Respawn Entertainment and EA. Of course, EA's PR system has gone completely and utterly downhill, and that's why they're in all the lawsuits they are in. Oh, yeah. But the real disaster is definitely the PR. And it's in just about everything they said was pretty much the wrong things to be saying to your customers, especially on Respawn Entertainment's little end. It just, say, especially when you say it's not for technological reasons. Yeah, if any of you know anything about how the PR system works, never spout technological reasons out unless it really is a technological reason, or try to stand there and obviously try to hide the simple fact. Basically, it's like a guy who has smoke coming out of his car, and he said that his car didn't break down because the smoke coming out of his fucking car or his engine of his car, which it obviously is. It's basically just a blunt lie, just an out-faced lie that they just pull out. The reason why is because this is an an exclusive for both Xbox 360 and Xbox One, which are not superior in multiplayer games, which EA is really beginning to figure out as of right now. In fact, I mean, PlayStation 4 allows up to 66 players, while Xbox One allows 64 players, and I think it's about 32 players on Xbox 360, and even less on PS3. I believe about 24. And it's not that easy to. It's actually, it wasn't that easy to find out due to the simple fact that Killzone Shadowfall multiplayer was pendant for PlayStation 3. In fact, I think the entire Killzone Shadowfall game, which I bought, and it's a piece of shit. A horrible fucking piece of shit. Uh, I, I mean, I don't know what was going on with the guys at Guerrilla Games and Sony. I mean, the game looks beautiful. I mean, and it's got some really crisp graphics and all, but their multiplayer is complete and utter shit. And the story, well, it's Killzone. There's nothing really more to say. Killzone's story has always been a joke, and it's always will be a joke. It's trying to be Halo, but it's nowhere near Halo. Just looking at Killzone Shadowfall, and I've felt this ever since Killzone 2 came out, that Sony just needs to dump the Killzone franchise or just sell it off to somebody else who knows what, or just kill it. Just kill this franchise, please, Sony. I mean, you got an incredible console here, but just kill the franchise, please. Just take it out back, put a gun to the back of its head, and just finish the fucking thing off. And the multiplayer with only 24 players. I mean, their multiplayer literally thinks it's on a PlayStation 3. And we all know that in-game chats barely even work on PlayStation 3. It works spectacularly on PS4, but when somebody makes a multiplayer system that doesn't even work with a extremely well built system like the PS4, you fucked up. You fucked up bad because you got this Halo-like game that has the gameplay functionality of fucking Call of Duty. It's a horrible mismatch, and it's even worse than, like, I don't know. I think it was Halo 4 was the last one, and a lot of people weren't happy with the Call of Duty missions that they put on that one. In fact, a lot of people are just sick of Call of Duty. I mean, can Call of Duty at least put in some fucking vehicles now or anything? It's just, oh no, a bunch of guys in a box all shooting at each other, and that's all fucking Call of Duty multiplayer is. It's just a bunch of guys in a box of 66 players on the PS4, and PC, by the way, which is about matches what happened when the Xbox 360 came out, because the Xbox 360 you can match the exact same number of people that were in the PC back then, when the Xbox 360 first launched. But speaking on a marketing side of this whole Titanfall 6 versus 6 players or 12 players, this is a PR disaster for them. And they said all the fucking wrong things in every which fucking way. Of course, the gaming community immediately defended him without so much as a thought in their head that, yeah, I think it would be time for Respawn to shut the fuck up. I understand why those guys left. I think it was Treyarch at the time, the guys who were making Call of Duty, because, they were just remaking the same game, and there's no evolution. And like I said, there's no vehicles or no nothing. Yeah, Battlefield 4 sucks, by the way, because of fucking massive glitches, but I have to give EA a little credit on this one. At least they put giant environments and, decided to step it up a little. Of course, they put out a glitchy, buggy piece of crap and then started to tack on even extra money on there and telling everybody to go fuck themselves. Way to go, EA. Way to fucking go, EA. Your PR train wreck has continued to decline in such a way that you're getting sued by just about everybody now. Hey, EA, maybe you can just go out to some gamer homes, find one of your little customers out there and just kick their babies all over the place and tell them all to go fuck themselves and expect them to just pull out their wallets and just throw money at you. But EA, you are the biggest PR train wreck I have ever seen in my entire life. But EA does need to take a good old cup of shut the fuck up. I do, however, do feel sorry for Respawn Entertainment. They made a bad deal with it, and they went back to EA. After they left EA from doing the whole Medal of Honor Allied Assault, and then went and created, and went to Activision and created Infinity Ward, and now most of those employers are back with EA, and they're like rediscovering the original reason why they all walked away from EA. But this has been a disaster in every fucking term. Yeah, they're going to have a bunch of AI characters, but the problem with those AI characters is they're going to always be as dumb as shit. Because, when you say you got a multiplayer game with multiplayer arenas and shit, and you have a bunch of AI characters in there, they're not going to be all that, well, brilliant. I've only seen a few games in multiplayer that actually have intelligent AI doing intelligent shit. But other than that, it's always been crash and burn. And for everybody who thinks this is a disappointment, well, it kinda is. It's a disappointment in player skills and all this and player counts, but it's Also, a massive disappointment in the PR mess that is this is turning into. And of course, all the Xbox fanboys just damage controlling the living shit out of this thing. Of course, it will blow over. I think it already has. But it won't be the same. It'll just be like Killzone. A Halo clone with fucking Call of Duty shit strapped onto the side of it. And very shitty multiplayer aspects just slapped onto it. Just, thanks to EA. And I really do feel sorry for every moron out there who bought an Xbox One. Mainly because you've lost graphics, you've lost player counts, and you bought a system where some guy out there literally puts his own name up there saying Xbox sign out, which, when other people end up saying his name on Xbox One, guess what happens? Yeah, it also forcing the Kinect down your throat. Of course, there's voice commands in PS4, but at least you don't need the fucking camera for it. I mean, despite Microsoft getting up there, telling you that you want televisions, and then saying that they've got the greatest multiplayer game, even though they don't, it's right out of the box. It's graphically it's just not superior at all in anything. I mean, PS4 beats it on everything, including the operating system. And they pulled out features. And, well, actually, they were going to have this DRM shit. Then they pulled the DRM out, and then pulled a whole crap tons of features out. And they don't even have you. They don't even give you the ability to even swap out your hard drive when you fill the damn thing up. Basically, Microsoft has basically just saw you on the ground, rivaling in pain, and just kicked you a few more times and then pissed on you, and you still buy their shit. And you're going to still defend a broken game. It's just like bad news after bad news after bad news after bad news, and you still buy their crap. Seriously, what did Microsoft offer you people? I mean, when you open up the box, open up the top lid of it, it's got like 3 or 4 lines of cocaine to make sure that you're still addicted, because Xbox Live is not that fucking great. When you guys are saying, "Oh, well, I'm getting these extra features like Hulu Plus and all this," when you're not getting it with your PS4s, and it's like, no, we're getting that shit for free. We're not paying. We're not putting that, having two payments on there. And when it comes to third-party games, at least with their multiplayers, we have a full player count. You don't. Well, a full player count until they start having like 100 characters on PCs, which is not going to happen for a while, but it will. But as of right now, the PS4 is a competent machine. It's got all the necessary features, lets you replace the hard drive. They've done everything for you except go into your house and literally fix your entertainment center right there for you. They've come out with a more prepared system than Xbox One, and you still get up there and praise Xbox One like it's the greatest fucking console in the entire fucking world. The social features are all fucked up. Yes, I know they're gonna have an update to fix half that shit, but this shit should have been fixed since day fucking one. They gave you nothing but broken promises over and over and over and over and over again, and you still buy it. What the fuck is wrong with you people? I mean, at least with Nintendo, they actually said what they were going to produce, and they've actually produce what they've been saying for a whole long time. But nope, they're the evil company. You know, like I said, a company that went out, apologized, and said I'm sorry more than enough occasions, said they weren't going to have a very powerful machine, and didn't really care about it. At least they said what they At least they done what they said they were going to do, and they even got rid of the buddy codes for you. But nope, they're fucking evil because they say Nintendo. But you gotta have Xbox Live to be your goddamn crowning achievement of fucking endless amounts of fucking stupidity. I mean, Nintendo hasn't really broken any of their promises to people. Well, maybe a few here and there. Sony hasn't broken major promises to you or anything major. In fact, all the features that they say were going to be in the PS4 are pretty much there. But Microsoft, they've broken more promises to you and lied to your asses and even tried to shove a DRM up your ass against your fucking will and just told you to bend over, grinch, and take it like a good little boy while they just smear that shit up your ass. And you go out there, and what do? Nintendo is fucking evil, Sony is lacking in intelligence, and Xbox is the king of them all because they told me to go fuck myself. I will keep making videos saying this shit because this is what you have done. You have literally let a guy come into your fucking house, rape your ass, beat the living shit out of you, and humiliate you in front of everybody, and you still buy their shit. And you get up there and say, oh, but they're the greatest company in the fucking world. And if they take down their multiplayer, if they take down Xbox Live, all the multiplayers will die. It's like looking at an abusive woman who just keeps saying, but he still loves me. You're nothing but a punching bag to them. And they've done nothing to fix any of their train wrecks, and they've pretty much never apologized for any of the shit they tried to do. They just removed a couple of policies and then tried to shove it underneath the rug and hope to God you would be brain dead enough to do exactly what they wanted. And you know what? You did exactly what they wanted. You even changed the laws of reality and even history itself. There's nothing else to be said. You just don't care. You're not gamers. You're excusers. You just keep excusing Microsoft, and that's all you're going to do until the end of time. It's just keep coming up with fucking excuses. See ya.